Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to the weekly Parshah Shia. This week is a double-headed Parsha, Vayakhel-Pekudey. Vayakhel speaks about building the Mishkan, how Bezalel built the sanctuary in the desert, and Pekudey speaks the first part about the making the clothes, the garments for the Kohen Gadol, and then how Moshe Rabeinu erected the Mishkan, how he put it together. A lot of inyanim with this. It's basically a repetition of Terumah and Tetzavah, but it's very different. There was a command to make the Mishkan, make the garments. Here, it's actually done. And it's a few parshas removed from where the commandment came in. Why not build it right away whenever? Well, first of all, last week was Ki Tisa. Ki Tisa mentions the golden calf. And at the time of the golden calf, the Jews were under decree to be destroyed. Moshe Rabeinu stood before Hashem, pleaded for the Jews, and he effected forgiveness for them. Right? They did the sin, he did the prayer, but he effected forgiveness. Now, one thing to understand is that it's the tzaddikim that make all these tikkunim. It's the tzaddikim that really make what we have to make in our lives. They're the ones who guide us. They're the ones who teach us. They're the ones who know what's happening. And they are the ones who sacrifice themselves completely for us. They're the ones who sacrifice themselves completely for us. Right? That's a leader. So one of the first lessons we have to take out of all this is what a leader really is. Not someone who follows the polls, not someone who looks for the popularity. It's someone who does what he has to do to protect his people, to bring about the betterment of whatever it is that's happening for his people. So that's the first story of Vayakhel-Pekudey. Why? Because when Moshe Rabeinu effected forgiveness, it was on Yom Kippur. The day afterwards, he came down, he told the Jews, okay, this is how you can forgive. You can get forgiveness. How? By building a sanctuary. Now, the Zohar compares the human body to the sanctuary. The lungs are the knafayim, the wings, the lobes of the lung. They flutter over the heart, cool it off. The heart is the orain, the ark. The stomach is the shulchan, the table that had the bread. Right? The Menorah is the head. It had 7 candles. 7, right? 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things that take place in building a Mishkan. Every single person can do it. Take your eyes, purify them. Take your mouth, don't speak lies or falsehood, lashon hara, slander, and all that stuff. Keep it pure, right? There's Yerushalmi, we mentioned it in earlier talks. Reb Shimon ben Yochai said, why wasn't a person, you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, why not 2 mouths? You can speak twice as much Torah. But then he said, look at all the damage that a person does with his mouth, with his tongue, all the things, the profanity, the falsehood, slander, the flattery, and all the wrong things that a person says. It's enough that he has 1 mouth. Anyway, whatever the case is, we have to realize that the building of the sanctuary is really the building of ourselves. If we sanctify our deeds, we eat, we sleep, we perform other physical duties, it's okay. It's okay. Why? Because you can build a sanctuary with your simple day-to-day living. That's an incredible thing, incredible power that the human being has. He builds a sanctuary if he does things right. It's if he does things right. Same thing in Pekudey, the garments. What are garments? Right? The clothes clothe the body. The body clothes the soul. Your soul is inside you. It's inside your body. Your body is a cloth also. It's also big. There are certain garments that are made that we make for ourselves. We make for our souls. The garments, the Arizal brings the Zohar, but the Arizal explains a lot. Breslov speaks about it, Likutei Halachos, about the garments for a person are the mitzvahs, the good deeds that a person does. You did good with your hands, you gave charity, you helped somebody, you helped carry a package for someone, you supported somebody, whatever the case might be, you did something good. You made a cloak for your soul. You walked to a good place, took your legs and you walked to a good, you did something good with your legs, you put on your pants or your skirt, whatever it is that you're wearing, you did something for your soul, right? And that's what we really have to do. Then we can put together the Mishkan, which happens at the end of Parshahs of Vayakhel-Pekudey. We put it together. But what does it mean we put it together? What does that mean? We didn't put it together. They worked so hard. And the Mishkan was ready to be assembled. Nobody could do it. It was only the tzaddik, Moshe Rabeinu, who was able to put together the Mishkan. Only Moshe Rabeinu. Right? Once he did it, then everywhere else that the Jews went in the desert, they took it apart, they put it together, they were able to do it. But how do we know what to do? Because we followed our leader. We followed Moshe Rabeinu, we followed the tzaddik. And the same thing is with everything that we do. If we do it right, then we have the power of the tzaddik to accompany us, and that's how we can get things done. If not, then everything remains unassembled. Our lives, they're not put together. Something is wrong. Did you ever hear of that? Right? I just can't get my act together. Right? Why not? Because we're not looking to the tzaddik for the right leadership. So may Hashem help that this week we learn what it means to build a sanctuary, build myself, make myself into a human being. How? By following the advice of the tzaddik. Have a good Shabbos.